Hello everyone, it's the masked photographer here, and today I will be giving you a tour of Tiananmen Square and the Forbidden City. So, Tiananmen Square was built in 1417 during the Ming Dynasty. During the 17th century, fighting between rebel forces and the Manchu-led Qing dynasty caused heavy damage or even destroyed the gate. Tiananmen Square was designed and built in 1651 and enlarged fourfold in the 1950s. In 1860, during the Second Opium War, British and French troops occupied the city and they pitched camp near the gate and briefly considered burning down the gate and Forbidden City. Ultimately, they decided to spare the Forbidden City and instead burn down the old Summer Palace, which will be coming up in a later video. The Emperor, Xianfeng, eventually agreed to let Western powers barrack troops and later establish diplomatic missions in the area. Hence, there was the legation quarter immediately to the east of the square. When the forces of the Eight Nation Alliance besieged Beijing during the Boxer Rebellion in 1900, they badly damaged the office complexes and burned down several ministries. After the Boxer Rebellion ended, the area became a space for the Eight Nation Alliance to assemble their military forces. In the 20th century, Tiananmen Square was redeveloped from an insular imperial quarter to a larger public space viewed as more consistent with the political state of China at the time. During the 1950s, the square was quadrupled in size. In the next few decades, Tiananmen Square was mainly used for ceremonial purposes and for military parades and announcements to the public and such. So this place is the Forbidden City. It was built in 1420 by the third emperor of the Ming Dynasty. Now, on to the history of the Forbidden City, which is arguably the most famous palace in all of China. You might wonder why the walls are all purple, and that's because purple is one of the auspicious colors. And also, the area of the Forbidden City is apparently about 1.5 times that of Tiananmen Square, and it's about 44 hectares, which is pretty huge, I guess. I don't really know how big 1 hectare is. Quick little correction, the area of the Forbidden City is actually 72 hectares. Also the outer Forbidden City is where the emperor and his officials handled the day-to-day running of the empire. And as for the inner city, that was where the royal family resided. So this gate, the central gate, is known as the Meridian Gate, and this is because the emperor made his palace the prime meridian, similar to how Greenwich is the prime meridian for the modern world. So right now, queuing up for the enter this of the Forbidden City. The queue is quite long, to say the least. So yeah, do be prepared to wait for a while to visit the Forbidden City, like a lot of the attractions in Beijing. So the Forbidden City is quite wheelchair friendly, and also it's quite accessible to people who don't understand English or Chinese, as there are translations of audio guided tours in many different languages. So here we are in the southern part of the Forbidden City. This is the known as the Gate of Supreme Harmony. This was the entrance to the government offices and like the important buildings. So this was in use from the Ming Dynasty to the Qing Dynasty. So from about the 1500s up until the 1911 revolution. So the reason there's a river here is to combat the fire, as because in Chinese tradition the direction south represents fire. And well, I mean, it's quite interesting, and also yeah, of course, it's really beautiful. So as you can see, you can't actually go in through the main Supreme Harmony gate, but you can enter to whatever's next through the smaller side gates. So I got one of these audio tours. So apparently this hall is the Hall of Supreme Harmony. So there are 18 of those bronze incense burners. Those things over there, they represent the 18 provinces of China in the Ming Dynasty. Juniper, cypress, and pine was burned inside these incense burners too when the emperor came out during ceremonies, to give the emperor an unearthly, mysterious aura, to show that he was chosen by the gods to rule, as he farmed aura. So this is a sundial. It's on the right side of the palace to represent that the emperor had control of time. This pavilion, inside this pavilion we have a jialiang, which is a grain measuring device in pre-modern China, using the 5 units. You can pause here to read if you want. This symbolizes that the emperor also had control over space as well as time. So here we are directly in front of the Hall of Supreme Harmony. This is where the emperor himself handled the day-to-day running of the country. Wow, it's incredible. Pause the video to read if you want. These are the vats themselves, used to protect the imperial palace against fire. So this is the Hall of Middle Harmony. This was where the emperor checked the sacrificial items before going to the Temple of Heaven. And every day, this was where he took a break after managing some state affairs in the Hall of Supreme Harmony. And this was also where he managed his family tree things to prove that he was the legitimate emperor. So this is the inner court. apparently no man except the emperor was allowed inside. Well, except for his eunuchs, that's why they were castrated. And this is the gate of heavenly purity. So this is the palace of heavenly purity. This was where the Qing emperor stayed. So here we are at the entrance to Jingshan. You see that pagoda over there? From there, you'll be able to see the whole Forbidden City, which should be incredible. There should be more birds here, as you can hear right now. Wow, look at that. This place has a very nice, tranquil forest ambience. I love it. Like, it's very calming, very soothing. Also, it's really nice to have this beautiful little spots of greenery in such a busy, urbanized environment like Beijing. So here we are at the first pavilion. So far we've seen a bunch of different species. Very happy with this trip, although we had a few camera issues just now. But yeah, this hike is beautiful. So this is the Wulan Pavilion, and this was built in 1750. And yeah, y'all can pause the video if you want to read this. Wow, it's incredible. This series of videos is dedicated to my grandparents who brought me on this trip. I would just like to say that I am immensely grateful to be able to travel with y'all, and y'all are the best grandparents I could have ever wished for. Thank you so much for this trip and for everything. So, see you in the next video, and bye.